Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, it's been a minute since I have streamed consistently, but I'm excited because there's just so many great things that are taking place. I'm excited to announce a lot of good stuff. So, listen, I'm going to send out a message to everybody that's on. Well, not everybody. I'm about to text a couple folks, but not everybody. But listen, if you can hear me, just go ahead and let me know in the chat. I'm gonna pull up my Instagram on my phone so I can see you guys over here. But if you can hear me, let me know in the chat. And we're streaming to, of course, a couple of different platforms. It's been a minute since I've really streamed, so a lot of times, maybe people may not necessarily know that I'm streaming or get the notification, right? So that's okay, though. That's okay. So I just want to make sure, though, that for those who can join me, let me just send out a text message. Hey there, SCC. St. Clair County, VBC. What's going on? How are you? So I'm just going to send out a message real quick. Let's see here to everybody. I am looking for founders, and I want to explain to you guys about what this whole process has been like. Um, um, really like what happened and what's been going on in my life and all the things. And so all the things, right? All the things. And so that is what this is all about. But I'm going to send out this message real quick. Let's see. Hey. Hey, you can hear me? Yes, I know. It's almost our birthday. Shout out to all the May birthdays in the house because, baby, everybody's like, what do you want to do? I have no idea. Let me tell you what I am doing for my birthday. I am opening up an event space. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. Let me send out this message. I'm looking for founders to join our new TV network live on YouTube right now. And then let me post the link so everybody can get the link, child. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live. I don't think I'm live on LinkedIn though. This is Taria. Right? So, anyways, how y'all doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so happy and so grateful to be in a position to open up my own space. Tanya, what's going on, Tanya? Tanya says she can hear me too. Brazil is in the house. Hello, Brazil. How are you doing? I tried to stream it to the Facebook group. The Facebook group is tripping right now. Like, seriously. Seriously. I haven't streamed it to a Facebook group in so long, so I don't even know if the joint be working, bruh. Seriously, but that's okay. So everywhere we are. So yes, let me explain what we're looking for as far as founders and all the good things. Hey, Pamela. Thank you for being here as well. And then I'm going to explain to you guys how you can be a part of this. And so I'm recording right now in my event space that we are going to be hopefully launching by the end of May. Getting contractors has been blessed work. It is not easy. Now I understand what people be talking about when they be like, child, trying to get a contractor is so difficult. Okay. And so finally found some great contractors. A gentleman came in and built our stage out. We've put up most of the paint. I'm now going to be working on a mural, as I want one of the walls to be a big mural of an oak tree. If anybody knows me, you've been following me for a minute, you know I love oak trees. And with that, in the oak trees, there will be roots. And in the roots, we are looking for people to be a part of what we're doing. So last year, hey, Shanita, what's going on? What's going on? Hi, beautiful. So last year, I had the blessed opportunity to launch a network. And many of you guys know what said network was called. And I'm not going to get into the details, but the network, when we launched it with the partnership, unfortunately, it did not work out the way that we had hoped. And this is not to blame anybody because I don't get into the blame game. But what I realized is that it just wasn't going to work out. Even no matter how bad we both wanted it to work out, it just was not going to work out. Sometimes you just are in alignment. And with that, I just want y'all to know, like, as we were launching, and many of you guys know about the launch of the network, it required a lot of time. I invested a lot of time with putting what we had together from setting up the network itself. To set up an OTT network is a lot of work. It's a lot of hours, and so I am just not one who believes in wasted time. I don't do anything that is like, I don't put my actions into something that is not going to turn a harvest if I know for sure, like at this day and age in my, or this stage in my business, I know when something is going to be great. And so I put a lot of time into it. We put a lot of money into it as well. And so, when we made a decision that it wasn't going to launch, you think I'm just going to let the network go? No, I don't operate in that way. It doesn't make sense, especially when we have so many people who have so many different incredible creative ideas. And honestly, hearing Charlemagne launch the Black Effect and actually sell it is something that inspired me. And the reason why it inspired me, because it lets me know that there's so many people that of all colors, all backgrounds, who want positive information. They want positive programming. They want to watch things that's going to inspire them. They want to watch things that's going to be uplifting. They want to watch things that's going to excite them. Not everybody wants to turn on the TV, and the first thing we want to see is a whole lot of negativity and cussing and talking and crazy and stuff. We want stuff that we can go to a network that's going to provide us with that information, with the value. And so I'd be darned if I'm going to let a setback make me give up. I'm just not going to give up on this vision. I am excited about this vision. And so instead of creating a partnership, because this is what I've come to learn, thank you, Pamela, is not every partnership is needed. You don't always need to necessarily have partnerships. Okay. Hey, Kerwin, what's going on? Hello, Yolanda. Like, partnerships are not always required. And a lot of times, what we do, especially those of us, if we're getting into a space that may be fairly new to us, or if it's a space where, we have not really operated fully, we want to go align ourselves with someone else. We want to partner with other people. And I'm going to be honest, like, broadcasting is not new to me. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I used to actually have a TV show in Virginia that I co-produced. I edited. We had it on local TV. All the things, like, I've done shows. I've executive produced. In fact, I do have IMDb credits. I have been a production assistant on many platforms, and so I wanted to absolutely partner with someone, but it didn't work out. And guess what? I still love the partner. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Love them to life, but it didn't work out. But it doesn't mean you give up. Just because something doesn't work out, it doesn't mean you give up. You just adjust and keep going. And so, because we had already put in a lot of work equity, sweat equity, like, I had uploaded shows, we had created vet edits, like, we've got stuff that's up there. I'm like, I'm not just about to give this up. So again, as I was stating, instead of a partnership, why don't I create an opportunity for founders? So, how did I even get into like shoot, am I on the right Instagram? Okay, let's make sure. Okay. How did I even get into having a TV network, and what are the founders expected to do and all the things, right? So I was on another network. I'm actually still on the other network. I don't pay to be on the network anymore. In fact, I will tell you that I happened to go look up their website the other day and realize that my episodes are like on the first page of the network, right? And I invested a lot of money to be on this network as well. I invested a substantial amount to be onboarded, and then I was paying a monthly fee to be on the network. And the great thing is that I learned a lot in the process. But I also realized that the network, to me, didn't seem to be growing in the rate that I would have loved to see it grow in regards to the marketing. And this is what I see a lot of times. Hey, what's going on? Nice to see you as well, Evelyn. How are you? Hey, Siva, how you doing? Yeah, and so I realized that the network wasn't growing, and this is what a lot of people do as well, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's a person right now that's messaging me on Instagram that does all of these events all across the country, and I'm about to throw some shade right now, all across the world. I'm about to throw some shade to you since you want to keep messaging me. I'm gonna just tell the TI it like a TI is. The reason why I will not be speaking at one of your events is because you don't invest into marketing. Period. Like, you don't invest into marketing. Like, I don't want to be on somebody's stage where when I come, the only attendees are the speakers. I don't want to be at somebody's book fair where the only attendees are other authors. I don't want to be a vendor at somebody's expo where the only attendees are the other people exposing, what do you call them? What are vendors? I don't want to be at an event where the people are not investing into the marketing. They don't have eyes actually coming to the spaces. They don't have people actually coming to the events. That is taking advantage of people. And I'm going to just be honest. That's how I feel. I personally feel that way. I'm not about to come and be a part of your event, and the only people that are there are the other people who've also invested to be a part of the event. And not to say that maybe this company is not adjusting and switching some things around, but for me, it is important that if I'm putting money into something, what are you also putting into to make sure that people are there? I had a conversation with somebody that does this expo all the time, every year in Atlanta. And I kept telling them, I was like, listen, if you want your people to be repeat customers and keep coming back, you've got to make sure that you are investing to get actual people to come. Because if the only people that are there are the vendors, people are not going to want to keep coming back. And that requires money. Marketing is not free. Right. And so, anyways, that's why we were launching the network, because I wanted to create a network where we're going to take the monies and invest it to get people to actually come to the network to watch the shows, to come plug in, to see the things. Right. Does that make sense to everybody? Amen. And so, I just know that this is going to be a great network. I know that this is going to be impactful. I know that lives are going to be changed. And I know that it is worth it. Period. Like, it's worth it to have. And so that's what the Vision Impact Network will be. Vision Impact Network will be. It's a network where, yes, we are looking for founders to be a part of what we're doing. But in the process of being a founder, you're going to get a lot of benefits. Now, will we eventually be bringing in shows and different shows and stuff? Yes, but I'm not looking for people who want to just have their show right now. Nope, 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 nope. And so what I decided, instead of saying, let me find another partner, why don't we find 10 founders? Now, as a founder, what ended up happening with the other network is that I wanted to get my own channel. I wanted my own channel because I also knew several people who wanted to have their own shows to air on Amazon, Apple TV. They wanted to be able to be in a place where they can have it on all of these recognizable platforms, which also increases credibility in the marketplace. But I will tell you, to create an OTT network, it is a lot of time. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. It's not as easy as people may think it is, right? So, anyways, I launched my channel. And in the process of launching the channel, it was great. But quickly, to me, I'm like, you know what? Again, I'm just not seeing a lot of effort put into the marketing. And this network itself has over 300 shows. 300 shows. Now, on average, every show might be spending about $300 to be on, and some might be paying that person more on the channel, because I don't know what each channel charges per show. But even if it's just three, I wish I had my dog on, because I'm watching my phone right here. So I left my other phone upstairs. Y'all, let's get some money. Because I'm gonna show you. This is how I think as far as a businesswoman. So 300, right, times 300. Well, that's easy. That's $90,000 a month that they have coming into the network. At $90,000 a month, like, I would expect at least 10,000 to be going towards some kind of ads, marketing, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't see anything going towards the marketing of the network, right? And so my thing is, and I can't tell somebody how to run their own business. Why don't I bring some founders in that will be able to help with investing and getting us the marketing dollars so that we can put back into our network growing? Now, as a founder, this is what you would get. You get to launch your own channel. And I don't care what kind of channel it wants to be, as long as it's centered around positivity, right? It could be on religion. I don't care. Whatever your religion belief is, right? If you want to do a channel where you are only going to be bringing in people who are Muslim, of Muslim faith, absolutely. You want to bring in a channel of people who are of Christian faith, absolutely. It's all about positivity and spreading positivity and creating niched audiences. Maybe you want to create a channel for single mothers. Okay, great. You want to create a channel for travel, a channel for comedy, a channel for whatever. You, as a founder, get to create your own channel. Now, on your channel is where you get to invite people to come onto your channel and host their own shows. They'll have their own shows, they create their own content, whether the show is an interview based show, a scripted show, does not matter. You are the channel owner. You get to have whatever shows. Now, you get to have as many shows on your network up to a certain bandwidth, because we do have to pay for the bandwidth, but it wouldn't be like astronomical. You would be able to have, even if you launched it off with 10 shows, you'd be able to have 10 shows to get started. Okay. So I just want to give you guys an example. Now, because it is your channel, you get to charge whatever you want to charge for the onboarding, okay? Because you would just be getting new to this, we're going to be doing group onboarding opportunities, but eventually those onboarding opportunities would be something that you would be running for all of your channel mates. You could do whatever. So just to give you an example, when I first launched in with the network, I paid $1,500 for onboarding. You can charge whatever you want. I don't care. That's not my business, right? But I paid $1,500 to be onboarded onto this network. Did the network onboard me? No, the channel owner did. And he kept 100% of the $1,500. It came with like 2 to 3 sessions where he could basically, he was basically teaching me or showing me what I needed to do to learn how to upload my shows, et cetera, et cetera. Right. I want to bring on some calculations. Let me see. Is there a way that I can? Yeah, I want to try to see if I can, because I want y'all to see the numbers too. You know what I'm saying? Because we're about to break down some numbers. I only got a few minutes though, because I got another call. But let's see if I can share my screen and if I can share the calculator. It might not let me pull up the calculator. Let's see. Dang it. Well, I'll just tell y'all the numbers, right? So, anyways, so with that, I paid $1,500. Now, then once I paid the $1,500, I was then paying $300 every single month to have my one show on this person's channel. So that was how they built a residual income. However, from what I found out was that 50% of that $300 went to the network, and then the other 50% went to the show's channel host, who owned the channel. Okay. So that meant for every show he had $150 coming into him, and then another $150 coming in to the channel, to the actual network, right? To air the show. Is everybody with me? Now, as a founder, you would be one of 10. We only are selecting 10 founders. There is a substantial investment, just so you know. So this is not a $1,000 investment or a $5,000 investment, but you can break it into payments. I'm only looking for 10 people. But with being one of the 10, what happens is you would be able to onboard as many shows as you want, and you would keep 100% of the onboarding. Now, when we eventually open up for channels, guess what? When we open up for channels to come on after the founders, it's going to be different. But the reason why I'm looking for founders is because I'm looking for 10 people on top of myself that can help us to build up the network to get some shows on the network. Does that make sense? So you would be able to onboard your people. So let's just pretend you decide, I want to be an investor, I want to be a founder, et cetera, et cetera. You go out there, and I'm going to show you guys techniques on how to go and find people to air on your show. Let's just say you go and find 5 people. So 5, and you're going to charge $1,500 for the onboarding. So 5 at $1,500 is $7,500 that you would get paid up front for just 5 shows, bringing them on to your network. Again, I was on a network. There was over 300 active shows. Are y'all with me on that? And trust me, it is not hard to find people who want to be on a network that's going to air on Amazon, that's going to air on Apple TV, it's going to air on all of the platforms. Okay, you as a founder can charge whatever you want. By the way, if you want to charge somebody $2,500 for onboarding, that is not my business. Whatever you charge to a company is your prerogative. We will have though meetings as founders to help you with coming up with the what makes sense, right? Now, once you then bring on a show, you then will have a monthly rate that you'll be charging that show. As a founder, listen to what I'm telling you. You do not, because when we eventually then open it up for channels to come on, they will have to pay us $150 a month as a channel owner to actually air on the network. They can charge that channel whatever they want, but they will have to pay us $150 per show that comes on the network, right? But as a founder, there is no fee. You do get a limited number of space, but I'm not going to go into bandwidth and all of that because right now it doesn't necessarily make sense. But you will have a limited amount of space only because when we air this on these different networks, like when we air it on Amazon and we air it on Apple, they charge us for the bandwidth. Makes sense, right? And so you would have a limited amount, but it's going to be enough to where you're going to be able to have several shows onboarded and be able to have at least one or two or three or four. Some shows going to already have five. So it's not like you're going to be coming tremendously out of pocket. And then once you hit the bandwidth, it will just be a small monthly fee on the additional space that you would need. You would not have to pay us. You could have 50 shows on your channel for all I care. You would only be paying for the additional bandwidth. And that is based upon when the shows upload. So some shows, you might require that some shows need to upload at least once a week. You might say some shows need to upload at least once a month. And then through that, you'll be able to then find the shows that you feel are doing the best, and we'll create different commercials. We are going to reinvest our investments back into marketing, reinvest our investments into ads, reinvest our investments into billboards. And so again, as a founder, you could bring on 10 new shows. Think about it. And you charge $1,500 per show, that's $15,000. And then you say, and you're going to have to pay $300 a month to air your show. Now, as a founder, you're going to be teaching them as well how to get sponsors. So for a $300 a month show, it's not hard for someone to pay that to you because they could literally go out there and find, they might do 2 commercial breaks where each commercial break they're playing 3 different commercials, 30 to 60-second commercials, and those people are paying them per month for those commercial breaks on their weekly show. Let's say they're paying $50. So that's a total of 6 people paying that person $50 that covers their cost to air the show. And so we're going to teach you to teach these techniques to your shows that are coming on board. All right. Well, I have to get ready to go because we have a meeting with we have coaches within our program too. So we have hired coaches in the Book Rich Profits Club. If you are interested, info at Book I am going to be doing, and also what comes along with being a founder, we're opening up our event space. You will be listed as one of our founders, and you also will have the opportunity to come in and utilize the space. The space that we are creating is going to be a digital space for those who want to come in and be able to stream. It's not like a huge event space. We'll be able to hold maybe about 30 people to 40 people. But the purpose of the space, if anybody saw Ignite to Profits last year, which by the way is on the Ode Network, but I'm working on changing some of the domains and stuff like that. Those who came to Ignite to Profits, you remember how we were streaming to hundreds of people from all over the world? Well, that's what this event space is going to be. You as a founder will be able to utilize the space as well. So you'll get a certain number of monthly hours that you get to come in to stream or set up. Maybe you want to record the opening for your show, et cetera, et cetera. Again, this is only for 10 people. So if you're interested, info at bookprofitsmedia.com, info at bookprofitsmedia. Thank you, darling. Thank you. And so info at bookprofitsmedia.com. That is the name. That is the email that you want to email if you are interested. Again, there is an investment to be one of the founders, and the investment is $10,000. Now, You do not have to pay the whole 10,000 up front. Matter of fact, we have it to where you can make a deposit and start immediately bringing on shows. For the launch of the event that we're going to be having at the end of May, you will be invited to come to the launch and be announced as one of the founders. And this will be a place where you can also invite people virtually to come on to learn about your specific channel and how people can be a part of your channel and then what they need to do and all of that. So if you are interested, yes, it's an investment, but it's a one time. So that means you are now forever a founder. You get to bring in as many shows as you want. I do not charge you for the onboarding. I do not charge you for the shows. The only thing would be the bandwidth. You will be able to comfortably be able to bring in as many shows before you even have a conversation about bandwidth. And again, we're still not even talking about a substantial amount that you'll be paying on a monthly basis on top of that. So it's an awesome opportunity. You could put a deposit down and then we can make payments, all types of stuff. We even have funding options, all types of things. Info at Book Profits Media. Again, this is not something I would miss out on, especially if you know that this makes sense. And I am looking forward to working with you. So again, email me. You just because you say I want to do it doesn't mean you automatically get to be in. I definitely want to have a conversation with you on a Zoom meeting, a Google meeting. I want to connect with you, learn more about what it is that you want to do, because the goal is for you to also be successful. Like, let's make it so that next year, every single one of us, when we celebrate the year anniversary of the network, you're talking about, I brought in an extra 100,000, $250,000, an extra seven figures because I have this network, this exposure, these connections, etc. This is an investment that I know for a fact is going to be transformational. All right, you guys. So info at bookprofitsmedia.com. Send your email today. I'm about to jump on this call with our coach, our coach that we have that's helping us in our business. And I'll talk to you guys later. God bless you all. Bye for now. Yay.